A typical day is we come in 6 to 6, either in the morning or at night. We go through all of our checks of our cars, make sure that all of our equipment is in there. And once we're done with that, then we go into briefing.
The daily briefing is basically an informational gathering meeting. You're basically talking about things that are going on in the city, basic daily ongoings of that shift before.
The city's divided up into 14 different areas, and each area has its own officer. It's kind of like their own neighborhood officer.
Each officer is aware of what is going on in their AOR, and so we try to have measures to prevent future occurrences.
Whenever they come on shift and there's a new resident that has moved in recently, we get packets that are generated. The AOR officer will go by the house, introduce themselves, tell them a little bit about the city, and give them information about the programs that we have.
I have one couple in particular, they'll email me when they go out of town, the days that they're going to be gone and the days that they're going to come back, and I'll usually put that house on a vacation watch. So in that sense, you build a rapport with your community.
The biggest philosophy of our police department, it goes with all of our programs, it brings the public with the police to create a partnership.
And there's other departments that model themselves after us from some of the programs and stuff that we do here, and just being able to be approachable.
And if we as police officers in our police department can get with the public, you know, that partnership helps us with everything we do.
So right now we have a police department Facebook page, we have a Twitter page, a Facebook page for our animal shelter, and we can put something out through our eWatch program, which is basically sends it out to people's phones and their email and everything else. But if we put something out on Facebook, it just blows up. They want to help people.
With our businesses in Highland Village, we offer some really cool programs. We get their emergency contact information, but then we also sign them up for our business eWatch program. It will tell people what kind of crime's happening. We also offer what we call our Latch Guard program. We'll come out to the business and help them to secure the back doors of their business, no cost to the business.
We currently have a police storefront located at the Shops of Highland Village. We use that as a base of operations to provide safety and security for the shoppers out there. We are assisted with our police civilian auxiliary to help us there.
Just walking and talking to folks and just visiting with the merchants out here, finding out if there's any issues going on in their shops, if they have a particular problem. It's making this more of a community, family-oriented place to come and be safe. And we're just here to help make that happen.
They help take care of us when we need help with different things. It's just kind of bridging the gap. We couldn't do it without the citizens, and they come up and they really help.
Support services encompasses everything that's not field operations. So that means communications, investigations, our animal care officer, records, crossing guards.
My name is Wesley Fiddes. I am the Senior Animal Care and Control Officer here. It's my job to go out, pick up stray animals, injured animals, deal with a wildlife call, whether that's a snake in your yard or a squirrel in your attic, and any stray or unwanted animals that are brought into the shelter, it's my job to find them a new home or find them a rescue, someone that's willing to take care of them.
518-522 suspicious vehicle at Chin Chapel on Justin Road. My job as a telecommunications officer is to dispatch police, fire, and EMS to any location within our city as quickly and efficiently as possible. Even though you don't get the accolades from the public like the firemen or the police officers, no real dispatcher is really looking for that. They just want to provide the best service that they can for the citizens and get their personnel there safely and back to the station safely as well.
My name is Bethany Hollingshead, and I am the records technician for the police department. I come in, start my day, open the window. If there's anybody to greet, then I go ahead and get started with that. Some people come to the window and they're emotional about something, and a lot of times the way that I present myself can help diffuse the situation and can help prepare them to speak with the officer.
But our records unit takes care of open records requests. They take care of all the paperwork that's funneled, and the whole police department's funneled right through our records unit. And a lot of people don't even realize they're there until they come up here and ask for a report or a copy of a report or an accident report.
As a school resource officer, I visit the schools on a daily basis. We teach a program called LETS, which is law enforcement teaching students. And we teach character building, respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship. And then we also cover some things like standing up for yourself and standing up against bullies and what to do when you encounter that kind of activity.
My favorite part of the job is actually working with the children. They get so excited seeing us there at the schools, and they'll come up to you. I had one little girl, she came up and gave me a big old hug, and that right there, I was like, that is so great. That they just feel comfortable enough to come up to you knowing that you're there for them, and just to give you that big bear hug, it's amazing. It's a really good feeling.
We get to really work with kids on building a relationship and teaching them character building skills and just hanging out with them.
Our investigations unit is getting ready to move under our field operations unit, really because investigations in the police department and the field operations guys work so closely together on what they do.
You're not going to find any detective out there that hasn't spent some amount of time on patrol. And usually when I get called out, it's to investigate crime scenes, process crime scenes, take all that evidence, put it into the property room and log it, and then make sure it gets sent off to the appropriate places. This has been pretty much what I've wanted to do since I've kind of started a career in law enforcement. And now that I'm here and experiencing it, even just a couple months in, I'm absolutely thrilled to be in the position and have the opportunity given to me to be in that position, and I'm really enjoying it.
I hope that when people see Highland Village police officers, they see somebody who's approachable, who will help them, whatever their question may be or their concern, that we can find the answer for them and make a positive difference.
Is we have the ability to be there for people when they're in need, from a community level, from a personal level. Then it levels the playing field and lets down those defenses that people normally get when they see a police officer walking towards them.
The community is highly encouraged to get involved in any way that it can. There are more than 20 different community programs, and they're offered in such a manner to allow people in the community to find their niche, to get involved.
The type of person we're looking for a police officer here in Highland Village is basically a good person. We're looking for somebody who is service-oriented, is willing to work hard, knows our policing model, and wants to support it.
Highland Village, if you're interested in volunteering for the auxiliary program with the police department, don't worry about not having police experience. You have trainings every month so that you'll know what to do on a regular day-to-day basis. Disaster emergency here, we'll be prepared to help the police department and the community get through all that.
If there's anything that I would love for people to understand about the police department here in Highland Village is that they truly do care about the citizens in the community. And we encourage everybody to ask questions and get involved in their community. It's their community, it's our community, and we want to be better than average. A+ is our goal.